What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and today it has been a while since I've done an NBA franchise rebuild, all of that. But today starts a new NBA franchise. Today, as you can see by the title, we are starting a brand new NBA franchise in my league. Let's get it. And the team that we're going to be using, now I've came down to 3 teams, and I asked my Alexa which one to do, and she picked one. So I set the quarterback to 8 minutes. I like to do the quarterback for 8 minutes. So that's gonna be the minutes. You guys can copy this if you guys want to, but I just do this. And now the 3 teams I was gonna do were 1, the Bulls, 2, the Hornets, or 3, the Jazz. The reason, because Bulls, their players, they are not a healthy team, and they need to figure out what they're gonna do with all these players, and because last season they made the play-in, but yeah. But then I realized that they had way too many championships, and I wanted to get a team that doesn't have a championship. Then I went to the Hornets. Then I went to the Jazz. And I said they don't have a championship. They have a lot of playoff appearances, but they have some good players like Larry Marketing and Wessler. Then I saw the Hornets, who only have had a handful of playoff appearances. They're a very young team. Their average age is 24. Last season they had a horrible record. They've won 0 championships, and they have a 43% fan interest, and they have a medium market size. That's why, for this year's NBA 2K24 franchise, we will be picking the Charlotte Hornets as our franchise to build around LaMelo Ball, all of these guys. And yeah, this is gonna be our roster. Today we're gonna be figuring out who our starters are gonna be, and how we're gonna use this lineup. Let's go and get into it. Here we go, guys. I'm excited to start this franchise. Let's go. So we're gonna use auto-generated draft classes for this franchise. We will be doing like scouting and stuff throughout this year. But yeah, as you can tell, so today, to start off, we're going to go over the roster. So, at point guard, of course, it is our superstar, LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is the best player, arguably maybe the best player in his draft class, and he's gonna be the person that we're gonna build around during this franchise. He's 6'7". He's a 6'7" point guard, and he's 22 years old. So he has a lot of time. Next we have Terry Rozier III. He is a veteran that played shooting guard last season. We're gonna move him to point guard. I'm gonna move him to shooting guard because I'll go over that next. But yeah. Next we have the veteran, Ish Smith, 6 foot, 35 years old. He signed with his team last year. He signed with his team this year, and he is just here to help the He's probably just here to help the team. He's probably just here to help the team because last year, he won the NBA championship with the Denver Nuggets, as you can see. And he's been playing for a while. He started with Houston, then got traded to Memphis. He has bounced around the league so much. He's went from Houston to Memphis, to Golden State to Orlando, Orlando to Milwaukee, Phoenix. He started with Phoenix for 1 season. Then he got traded. He was with the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Sixers, and then he went to Pelicans to the Sixers again. Then he stayed with Detroit. Then he stayed with Detroit for 3 seasons, and then he got traded to Washington, where he spent 2 seasons there. Then he got traded. Then he to Charlotte. Then he went back to Washington. Then he went to Denver to win a championship, and now he's here with us. His best season was probably this season, where he averaged 6.5 assists per game and 12 points per game. He's a nice role player, so hopefully he'll get some minutes on this team. But after coming off a championship, he's looking just to get the money and probably retire after this year. Next we have Frank Nikilia. He's coming off a season with the Mavericks. He was drafted. He's been a big bust. Started a very career. He was drafted in the first round by New York. Spent 3 seasons there. They got traded to Dallas to play 2 seasons. Then he was horrible there. So now he's with us, looking to revive his NBA career and not be called a bust anymore. So we're gonna see if we can make him not a bust anymore. Now on to the shooting guards, and this is the guy that we want to build around with LaMelo Ball. This is the reason why. Brandon Miller, he is the reason why I really want to make this franchise. I like how he is. He's a tall shooting guard that can also play small forward. Played at Alabama, my favorite college. That's why I want to do this. But he was drafted with the 2nd pick. We're gonna build around these LaMelo and Brandon Miller are the guys that we're gonna build around. But here's the thing: he's not gonna play shooting guard. I'm gonna move him to small forward, and you'll see why. Because as I said, I'm gonna move Rozier to shooting guard, and I'm gonna move Brandon Miller to small forward. Next, we have Nick Smith Jr., a shooting guard's power point guard that's a rookie. They got drafted with the 27th pick in the draft. He's looking just to have a nice start to his NBA career. Maybe be like the 10th man in the rotation. Average at least like 6 points per game. He's just gonna give this team some depth. Not really gonna do this. He can probably do stuff. He's very loyal, so yeah, that's good. Yeah. Next we have all of our shooting guards are so young. It's crazy. Next we have James Bouknight, and he is coming off 2 seasons with Charlotte, 2 very disappointing seasons. And when he was drafted with the 11th pick. So people are starting to call him a bust a little bit, but he has a ton of time to still revive his NBA career. This is his 3rd season, and this last season was probably his best season. So maybe if he can keep improving every season, maybe he can not be called a bust. But you can't really call him a bust. He's only 2 years into his NBA career. Let's see what he can do this year to revive his NBA career. Now we're going to go shooting guards. This is the reason I wanted to move Brandon Miller to small forward, because Gordon Hayward, we're trading him in this episode, because look at this. Look. He's coming off a season with Charlotte where he was absolutely awful. And he was drafted with the 9th pick in 2010. He's a freaking veteran. His best season was with Utah, and he was not that good. His best season was 2017, where he averaged 21 points. He was in Utah, and he was very good. Then he went to Boston. He was mid. Charlotte. Last year, his first season was good. But then he fell off so bad in 2023. He looked like an absolute dumpster fire. He's not a bust, but he was an absolute trash. He's lucky he was able to get 15. He was almost able to average 15 points. He really only scored. That's really all he did. Next, we have Cody Martin. Cody Martin's going to be a great. I think we might put him as a 6th man because I know that last season he didn't do good, but he literally was a 2nd round pick. In 2019, what do you expect from him? He has put up very respectable numbers for a second-round pick. You don't really expect second-round picks to be that good, but if you can get a nice guy that can rebound and can pass, then you're there. Because Cody Martin can rebound at 6'6" and he can pass the ball. He can't play defense. That's the thing that we need to work on with him. And he might have a little bit of problems with his free throws, but that's a thing we can work on. Same thing with his three-point shooting, not that good. But yeah, he could be a nice rotation player. Finally is Bryce McEwens. He is, I believe he's a rookie. No, he's not a rookie, but he was drafted last year with the 10th pick in the second round. He was about as you expect as a second-round pick. 5 points per game, not really doing that much, but he was able just to give them a little bit more cushion, just to get a nice little gains. Don't know what I said there, but yeah. On the power forwards, Miles Bridges, he is one of our superstars that we are gonna. He's one of our superstars. He's one of this big team's best players. But the reason I'm not gonna have him, I don't want him. The thing that the team that I'm trying to make doesn't really fit Miles Bridges. He has been every single season he's been improving. He got released by Charlotte, then got added back to Charlotte. He came back to Charlotte. He is an absolute scoring machine. Last year, not last year, but the year before, because he was in free agency last year, he averaged 20 points per game. 20. Yes, you heard me right. And with the 12th pick, there's a lot of value we can get from Miles Bridges. So that's what we're going to do in today's episode. We're going to trade him away. Because I don't, for the team that I'm building, I don't really think he's going to be fitting in that. The guy I do want starting, P.J. Washington. I love how this guy, I just did not mean to do that. We'll find the team again. I was about to say, I love how this guy plays. He can absolute cook if you let him to. If you let him. He's not really good. 3-pointer shot, not really good. Not really good guy. Not really good. Not good. I don't know what I'm talking about. Not like a good inside shooter, but he can. But all this combined, I mean, what am I talking about? I mean, his defense and his rebounding is not that good, but he can shoot the ball pretty well, and that's what I'm gonna try to build: a shooting offense that can rebound. Because what I'm about to say next will make sense, I think. Next is JT Thor. He's tall. He's pretty tall. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with him. He's gonna stay on the team, but probably not get any minutes. Drafted in 2021. He's just trying to win an NBA. Just trying to do something just to help his team, and I guess he will do that. But now we have Leaky Black. He is more of a type of a shooting guard. He plays like a shooting guard, but I'm going to use him as just a power forward, to be honest, or a small forward. I don't really know. He's never played in the he's never played in the NBA. He was undrafted, got picked up by the Hornets from North Carolina, and he's in G League right now. He's a rookie, so yeah. The reason I want to make a shooting offense is because, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Brandon Miller can rebound very well. I know it says he's a C- rebounding, but if you've watched him, he is definitely not a C-. He can rebound the ball. That's why I want to make guys that can score. Another reason I want guys to score is because we have Mark Williams, one of the team's best players, and he is literally the definition of, he is good. I know that it doesn't look good, but with the 15th pick, he wasn't like, last year he was a rookie, of course, but he played with Charlotte. He was a bench player, but now he's getting a chance to start And I think he could be one of the best players. He could be a reason why we win championships in the series. So I'm very excited to use him. When I saw, I actually wasn't. I actually didn't really want to use LaMelo Ball. I wanted to use Mark Williams. I've never used him, and he's never shot a 3-pointer in his life. Like not in his life, but like in his NBA career. And yeah, he can block because he's 7 foot, and he can rebound. That's why. Next we have Nick Richards. He's gonna be a great. I think he might be our 7th man because he can also rebound the ball really well, as you can see. A plus. All of our stars can rebound the ball pretty well except the last guy. Both these guys are 7 foot. He's gonna give us a nice. He's gonna give us. I feel like he could be a nice role player. He's improving. He's been improving. He's been rebounding the ball really well. He's been playing good defense. He made 1 3-pointer the entire year and then never made a 3-pointer ever again the rest of the year. You can actually see the amount that he scored. And yeah. Next is a G League player that don't really know what he's going to do on this team. He might be able to, like... He could be... He's not loyal. He is probably... Might be like a trading asset that we can use. And yeah, that is your 2020. That's your guys' roster. But yeah, that's your guys' roster for 2020, 2023, 2024 Hornets. But now, that said, we are going to be trading Miles Bridges and Gordon Hayward away in the same package. We're going to see what we can get. Because we can get a guy like Chris Milton. He could actually be a great thing, but I don't want to really draft pick. Colin Sexton, OG Anunoby, Marshall Fultz, Cameron Thomas, Buddy Hield. We're just looking through these. Obi Toppin is... actually, I might come back to that trade. In a little bit. I could get Bradley Beal, but I don't want to because he doesn't really fit what I want to do here. Klay Thompson. That's a trade I might do. I'm gonna come back to that trade, but he's expensive. Alright. It's between this trade or this trade. And I've decided that I know this might be dumb, but I'm gonna go with this trade. Because if you see here, we have to give them an extra pick, which I don't really want to give them any picks. I don't want to give a pick. Plus, he's a veteran. But he was pretty much a veteran. And I know you're saying right now that, Klay Thompson's a veteran too. He can shoot the ball. And I want people who can shoot. Plus we get Terrence Jackson Davis, who I like. He is very cheap. He's going to be here for 3 years. He can rebound the ball really well, which I like. And he could be a nice role player. So we're going to get Klay Thompson added to the Hornets. I think he's going to be a perfect match. LaMelo Ball and him. I think this is going to be a great trade for us. Now with all these guys, now since these are all gone, I realized something. We're gonna trade. We're gonna Terry Rozier. I know. To be honest, if I'm gonna be completely honest, there's not really a role for him on this team. There's not really a role for him on this team. Like Terry, I might as well trade him away because there's not really a role for him to be on this team. I don't know why he's on this team because we just got Klay Thompson. He fills that position that we needed in small forward. He's gonna be great. I can't really move him to shooting guard because I'm gonna put Brandon Miller there. That's why I just decided. And I don't really think there's a spot for him on this team. So we're gonna go and trade him away. Terrence Rozier, he's our second best player, but it doesn't really matter because there's not really a spot for him on the team. So we might as well trade him away while there's still assets. I do not want to get rid of Ish. Why does it make me get rid of Ish? I do not want to get rid of Ish. Cody Martin, no. Why does it make him get rid of Ish? I don't want to get rid of it. I will get willing to get rid of it. I don't really want to get that, guys. So. Ooh. Oh, I was gonna do this trade, but then I don't really want to get rid of Ish. I like Ish. We might go with this one. We get a top 10 pick from the Bulls in 2025, and Charles Bassey, who can rebound the ball. I want to get guys who can rebound. I think, looking at the rest of these trades, I don't really want any of them. If Free Scheibman doesn't really, there's not really going to be a role for him on the team, so yeah. So I decided that I'm gonna go. I don't want to get rid of Ish because I want him to be here. I like Ish. So we're gonna go with this trade. Terry Rozier is gonna go to the Spurs to help them out. And with that, let's get into what we're gonna do. So here's what the roster looks like right now. If it looks right here now, and then yeah. But looking at the point guard position, there's not much depth. So I'm gonna go pick up. I'm either gonna go pick up Kevin Porter Jr., John Wall, or Jaden Nowell. So I'm gonna be honest. I think Jaden Nowell. I think that it's either gonna be Kevin Porter Jr. or John Wall, because I want a veteran on this team that is good, and I feel like he can shoot the ball, he can pass the ball, he can get guys open. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go pick up John Wall to be our backup, point guard, and we're gonna replace him with Frank. Actually, no, not Frank. We're gonna replace him with James Book Knight. We're gonna release him. It's free agency. Then we're gonna go pick up John Wall. We're gonna go pick up John Wall. We're gonna give him the minimum that we can get him, and he's gonna decline it. Okay. So that means we can either get. That means wait. All right. So it looks like that we actually can't get him. That's a big problem. So you know what? I think George Gill is the guy I want to go. I just want a guy that could just do something for this year. Yeah, we're just gonna give him the minimum. I really like. I think George. I think yeah, because I think it's either him or him. I think I'm gonna go with him. He's gonna accept it, and we have a new point guard as a team. Alright. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move Frank over to... No, that's body. I don't know for body. Vitals. We're going to make him shooting guard. Secondly, he's going to be point guard. And with that, that is going to be how we're going to roll this. So let me introduce you to the starting five of your... let me introduce to your starting five, Charlotte Hornets. At the 1, as you can guess, our superstar player, LaMelo Ball. Let me switch these, and I'll be right back after I finish this, and then I'll announce it. I don't know what I was doing right there, but yeah, I'll tell you what the lineup is after I'm back. Guys, get hype for your 2023-2024 starting five for the Charlotte Hornets. At your 1 position, number 1, point guard, LaMelo Ball. 88 overall, 37 minutes. At your 2 position, number 24, shooting guard, Brandon Miller. 78 overall, rookie, 31 minutes. He's going to be a day 1 starter. At your 3 position, number 11, small forward, Klay Thompson, veteran. That's going to help this team, this young team, with its experience. with the experience. At 82 overall, 31 minutes. At your 4 position. At your 4 position, number 25, power forward, P.J. Washington. 77 overall, 28 minutes. Let's go. And your stud center, at the 5 position, number 5, center, Mark Williams. 82 overall, 30 minutes. Let's get it. That is your starting 5 for your Charlotte Hornets. Now, let's get to the bench. Your 6th man, Nick Richards, number 9. Center, 77 overall, 28 minutes. At your 7th position, number 11, Cody Martin. 74 overall, 15 minutes. At your actually I'm gonna switch it. At your 7th position, at your 7th man position, center, Caleb Bassley, number 20, 75 overall, 22 minutes. At your 8th man position, small forward, number 11, Cody Martin, 74 overall, 15 minutes. At your 9th man, you have number 14, Ish Smith. And finally, at your 10th man, you have Frank Nictakella, shooting guard, 71 overall, 8 minutes. That is your lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Let's go, guys. Alright, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash that like button. On the next one. Goodbye. Next episode, we will be playing opening day against the Atlanta Hawks. See you guys on the next one. Goodbye.